Greetings, it's Intuitive Jakob, and I'm back to do a reading on love and relationships. It's going to be a 6-card reading with this spread that I'm going to explain, and we're breaking them down by tribe. So check your sun, your moon, your rising, and whatever delegations you prefer. We'll also be doing a Romance Angels card in addition to this spread with the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, and I might even pull out the Sibilas to take a look at weird things if they pop up during the reading and we want a little more information. The 6 cards that we'll be reading will go in this fashion. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First card is going to be their story. So it's like what they're telling you or not telling you, what's going around. The second card is going to cover their thinking. So what they're really thinking about may or may not have anything to do with you. That's a good truth card there. Third card is their feelings. If you're looking to figure out how they're actually feeling about you in the deep down, this is the card that's going to tell it to us. Fourth is going to give us an idea of how they're acting, because some of them are walking a way that's different than the way they're talking and thinking, and that's a good way to figure out what's going on there. Number 5 is going to be outside influences. So who are their influencers? What's going on that's influencing the way they're behaving? And the 6th and final card is going to be what's happening over the fortnight, because it's like the book of things that happen in 2 sevens, you know, what the 7th sign is. It's that Z where we zipped up time into static reality, and boom, that's how they're going to be acting during that period of time. So I'll give it a 2 strong period. It could be the 2 weeks ahead of us that sort of flip-flop and intertangle, because that's really how free-flowing energy works and what a lot of people haven't been explaining to you. So hope you enjoy the readings. If you would like one with just your energy, hit me up at artoflove.me. I would love to take a look with just your personal information. And thank you for subscribing to this channel. I really appreciate those of you that hit me with a thumbs up and subscribe and leave a comment if you'd like. I always love to hear what you're saying and what's going on with your thought process in the readings. All right, we'll catch you on the inside of your reading. Hey, Gemini, how you doing? It's good to have you here. I've been doing some energy clearing here, and I'm going to talk a little bit about some of these energies here that are in my hand, especially for those of you that I feel like you've been sort of unpacking parts of yourself energetically. It's almost like coming into a new body, and for some of you that's exactly what it is, especially if you're like working with your Kundalini expression and taking care of your inner life. I'm just hearing that it's like a time for some of you all that's very, very special, that it's kind of like you're getting a wish come true, and it's like the one you really thought about the most. And so I brought the Boji stones here, and I know some of you all might be looking for clarity on some things that changed that you weren't expecting, especially with people that you might have been in a relationship with, and pulled out the Hamza to protect from evil energies, and just been protecting my own view with indigo gabbro and a piece of selenite here while I do this work with you. And we're leaving room for the highest energy to show up, because some of you all might have left a relationship, and you know, maybe you've already had the closure and some of these things might only be confirmation for you. But I like these energies here because some of you all have actually been calling in like part of your divine counterpart situation, and that might be part of what you're feeling unpacking like in this body. And I feel like some of you all are really feeling it's like if you got like some genie in the bottle figure, and it's really kind of like that, and your body it's got so many different particles in it from this constant big bang. And what happens when Mercury is retrograde, that big magnet sweeping over all this particle blast that we're like actively creating with together. So some of you all that are like radically embodying your spiritual path, especially when you're integrating it into form and maybe having like pranic or yogic lifestyle practices, is where I'm getting a lot of feeling on this. I just want to say thank you for the work that you're doing and for helping with the crystal and baby halos over hypersentience, because many of you have been doing a special work and very well aware of how special Kundalini is in a time where people are waking up at different levels of consciousness and where they feel entitled to show their strengths. So alright, Gemini, let me get you another view on this here. That's a little better view for you. So we have 6 cards here. Let's first see what's facing us. Got the 4 of Pentacles, and it's looking at us upright here. And here for some of y'all, this is like some kind of to have and to hold energy, and it's just knowing that you might be in a place where you've got all your needs met, and it's like, I wouldn't have been able, I'm hearing it's like somebody saying, I wouldn't have been able to even think about getting into a relationship like this if I hadn't learned how to hold myself this way first. And so I'm hearing for some of you all that this is like a special kind of way to be selfish. It's like knowing yourself that well and what you learned how to contain, especially if I'm hearing you might have some really grounded Aries energy in your chart somewhere too, is what I'm hearing. But you could also be spending some time right now considering your material wealth, your home, your real estate matters, and hearing things that you maybe didn't realize you needed to sign on the bottom line for before, but that you actually find yourself prepared to do at this time. Hang on, baby. So there could be different things showing up here depending on who we're reading for. I'm going to go ahead and just read all 6 of these cards, and then we'll break down some of the stories that are showing up. All right, Gemini? So this first card is the story around the person that we're looking into right now. And this might be some things they told you if this is somebody you talk to. And if this is somebody that you haven't really talked to, this is sort of the story around them. So what's showing up here is the King of Swords. And this King of Swords, if this is a character, he's in a good position. I'll just leave that there, and actually I don't want to break them down too much yet. If I do, that it makes it a little harder later. They go kind of long. So King of Swords, story around this person. This card right here is what they're really thinking at this time. And that's the 7 of Wands in reverse. This is how they actually really feel about you deep down. It's the Page of Cups in reverse. How they've been acting. The Empress in reverse. And this is how they're being influenced in their external world right now. 8 of Wands in reverse. And this last one is what we're going to see over the FORTNITE period. So it's like the week before and after, where we're just shining over everything that happened between 2 dots that learned how to bilocate and enter resonances into a field where we're actively creating much better stories and ways to create together. And yeah, let's see what shows up in that. We've got the Emperor reverse. So I'm hearing for some of this is just like family drama going on around this person and things that they're tight-lipped about that you didn't know maybe about their parents is what I'm hearing. And you're gonna know if this one is for you or not, but I'm hearing it's like you might have severed ties with somebody and it really hurts because there was a child involved that got hurt, or maybe 2 children. It's like it's been like worse than any division of assets, because it's kind of weird because the kids were really good friends or something, and so it was like blended marriage or something close. where, you know, the kids had a really good rapport, and now it's like there's a breakup, and I'm just hearing about like really needing to recover financially after that. So this is a really specific situation. Like a couple of these cards want to show up, so I'll just say what they are. We've got the Ten of Cups in reverse, and the Five of Pentacles in reverse. I'm hearing that that's really what happened. It was like maybe finding out he had a drinking problem or something, or I don't know, just an emotional situation that had a lot of turmoil, and having to recover financially from trips and things that were done, because I'm seeing that being like on his head is what it is. And it's like, I don't know if they're dealing with some kind of child custody thing with like the grandparents being annoying, but I'm hearing that it's like trying to cut some things off, because I'm hearing that he at least like wants to send some money your way, possibly because of extra expenses that you incurred, and just like trying to make it up because of the boys is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing it for somebody. Very specific for somebody, can't be for everybody. Also just hearing it's like, this is maybe a different story here, Gemini. But this person is showing up like, I don't know if they're some kind of healer or a doctor. It could be a writer, a lawyer, some kind of logical profession, like using super logic. This King of Swords is often that type of person. I'm hearing he might even be like a judge or something here, but that somebody didn't realize what they got into around him, and so it's like he could even be like a surgeon, or this could have to deal with something like some kind of health matter, because I'm just seeing something. They keep saying it's like what's been on his mind. If this is like somebody that you maybe feel has been withholding information from you, is what I'm hearing, where maybe this reading takes on a different connotation for a different Gemini, where you've been feeling like either you've had to withhold, or like somebody's been withholding information from you, and it wasn't that other situation that I just explained. There might be this person that went through, I'm looking at it like it was sort of like a health thing, or like they had gotten attacked. It's like I'm just seeing them kind of being like clobbered or like bent over or something, and just some stuff that was going on with them. And I'm seeing this card here, just sort of supporting a delayed healing process is like how I'm hearing it, is how they're saying it to me. It's like delayed healing process, and I don't know if it was like, could have been going on for a while. They're talking about a 7 or 8 year cycle. I don't know, I guess it could be 3 or 4 for some of you, but I'm really hearing for somebody it's like a 7 or 8 year thing they've been dealing with. And I don't know if they had like a diving accident or something, but something went underwater is like what I'm seeing with this. And it's either that or they had some kind of sickness where it was like their health, their rejuvenation was delayed, is what I was hearing about. And so I'm hearing about this person that for some of you, you don't realize any of that stuff, because it doesn't seem like they were talking about it at all. It's just kind of like they're real cut and dry about whatever they've been through, and that this might be a weird time, because if this is how they're acting, I'm hearing that they might actually even be prone to excess communication, especially if you haven't talked to them in a long time, or if they had been withholding, because it's like the external factors in their life are really open for even random things, happenstance, old messages, things that got delayed in their life. And I'm hearing it could even have to do with how somebody had passed, that I'm hearing somebody might have gotten a will somewhere, whether it was them or maybe you, that you didn't know that you had been written into, or it's like a will or a trust, and whatever the resources are that came through, it's like these subjects are like happening, and it's like this is like a match of energy that's like a husband and a wife, and there's a lot of people here involved, and so I'm hearing it might have something to do with how this child, like if there was actually a child that was involved, like if one of you was a single parent, the child got protected because of something that was written in there, and that it's something that nobody knew about, and that's why I'm seeing it upside down here. But kind of interesting messages. I'm just hearing that, you know, if there was some communication here happening, it could happen really, really fast, and you might be surprised about how this person shows up. Like usually this Empress upside, right side, especially for how somebody might be acting. This is a great, wonderful energy. This is somebody that's everything's working for them, you know? It's like she doesn't have to really do too much. She's just kind of like in the magic zone, and she could be pregnant or whatever, but she's in charge of everything. And this way it's like either feeling like something's really, really missing or something got taken away. Sometimes it's like extremely overly emotional and like very profusely gushy, which is like very different energy than what this might have appeared like, especially if you just heard very basic details about somebody that didn't go into any depth about what was actually the situation around them. Because I'm hearing it's sort of like it's just one of those things that there was no communication for probably some good reason, and especially if somebody's kid was involved, because I'm hearing something about like knowing when to back away from situations that were argumentative, like bad argumentative situations with people that might have had like toxic energy. They're leaning a lot towards Leo there. Like if somebody had some real weird tendencies, like with anger, that might have Leo in their chart. It could be anything else too, though. I mean, we got Sag and Aries that can show up like that energy too a lot with the wands, but I'm seeing like a fire-air combo and like maybe an abusive situation with a kid. And some of you just need to know that, you know, maybe you were withholding for the right reasons, you know, and it's good that you can know that. Because I'm hearing some of you just feel guilty, like you weren't there for him, or you're going to find some stuff out about what was going on with his wife. It's like, I don't know, for some of them, I'm hearing he was just like being sabotaged really badly in the relationship, and that it was like one of those places where they don't even ask questions. It's like if somebody just calls and says, hi, they're being abusive, they'll just come and like arrest you, you know, or they'll take both parties. And so that it was like a really hard thing to prove about who put whose hands on who, and like you might be surprised. And so I'm hearing for some of y'all, it's like he might not have known how to talk, you know? It's like he was being beat down in this thing. And so I'm hearing it's like, especially if this is open communication around him, because I hear it's like taking stigma off of his situation, and that people are understanding what happened. And I'm hearing him, it could be her, them, other, might not be your story too, Gemini, but I'm hearing that it's like, this is like swirling communication coming around them. And I'm hearing too, it's like, he might not even realize that there was somebody else that was really interested in him, and that while he was trying to pursue, you know, his marriage being fixed or whatever, and just being like dethroned is what I'm hearing. It was like just like being dissed, that he had other interests. And so like, I don't know, I'm hearing it's like there might be a lot of people going around him, but it's like things that are taking him in a better direction, I'm hearing. And the worst thing is that whoever this person was, I don't know, somebody was trying to get away with something, and could be him, I guess, because there are some situations here where we're looking at somebody that might have had like real bad anger and a lot of like fiery tendencies, and maybe willing to engage in negative conversations. We've got this Emperor that is sometimes difficult to communicate with anyway, but like this, it's horrible. You know, that's horrible communicator right there, and that's pushing a lot towards Aries energy. So there has been some serious turmoil in some of these houses. And I don't love it. I'll just say that. Probably the best story that I can see on this one here, take a little energy out of this one, is this is for the one of you that lives in the high tower here. It's like the high tower, or the, it's like, what do you call them? Those stacked buildings. High rise, that's it. I'm hearing 7th floor. Something that's like the 7th floor infinity tower or something like that. I'm hearing about. Anyway, there's somebody that is like the one that you've seen on the elevator. Like if you guys have an elevator there, but I'm hearing it's always like the service elevator. He never takes the regular elevator. It's very specific for somebody. And he's the King of Swords. You always see him like carrying a backpack and like writing things. This is a specific one. I'm hearing he's like some kind of reporter, but this, what's on his mind here, I'm hearing it's like he's been proving something. And here, baby, go over here, go over here, stay away from the wheels. He's been proving something, and he's had something that's been going on. This right here, all right, so this is what he's been thinking about. I'm hearing it's been like kind of consuming. Like, I don't know if it was like something that he wrote that he got attacked for, but he's been having to prove something. And I don't know, it's like something about the other elevator and like why he stays out of there. And I don't know if where you live it's like a dorm room or something, or it's like kind of like dorms, because you're hearing about like bratty neighbors and like just catty communication. And so it's like I hear you like actually feels like it's like immaturity, and so he's like trying to stay away from that. And he has his head like wrapped up. I don't know, maybe he like listens to like headphones or something when he's like going up and down the elevators and kind of, you know, playing a little hermit protection mode. I love that. I call that put on the bit shield. You know, it's like you protect yourself where you go. But he seems really cool. I hear he keeps to himself, and that you might be like trying to see what's going on with him. And I'm getting a little bit of a vibe like he might find out that he does have a child coming. I'm hearing he might not know it though, and that might not be what you wanted to hear. But I hear he's cool. He actually might be a single dad too, but I'm hearing like you might find out that he'd actually got somebody pregnant. And it's kind of cool because you like don't really know him, but it's kind of like the guy you've been like checking out and stuff. Yeah, he's been checking out and he's cool too. I hear that there might be somebody there though, because this Empress showing upside down, it's like, it's kind of like screaming a little bit like baby mama, and like, I don't know, I'm feeling like he might be a little bit flighty maybe. It's possible, especially if there's like air, water, fire combo on his birthday somewhere, because I just see him getting a lot of text messages. It's like, he's got options, and you know, that's probably why he's staying out of that elevator. So that could be a lot of rapid communication going on there. And I'm hearing this is kind of like why you stay to yourself, and why I'm seeing like, you know, this upside down. It's like, yeah, I'm not doing that again, like handing all my money out, and like definitely not hanging around waiting for something that, you know, isn't there. And so I don't know, I'm just hearing a lot of strong messages about like over this period of time realizing how you supported yourself better than maybe some like father figure or some like macho wacho guy showing up trying to like get his hand on your life. And that some of you are like at that point now too, where it's like you're not like just like waiting for that, but you're just kind of like, I'm glad I learned how to catch myself like this, because it's like whatever is coming is like that thing that reaches with me the same way that I want to reach. And so that's why we're holding good resonance for this, because that's what might be coming through in these Romance Angels Oracle cards here, Gemini. Let's see what's going on, because some of y'all like cleared some energy just to make sure that the thing that does come in really good is like the one you actually want, and that you at least get some confirmation on some stuff that, whatever, right? It's like training for what Kundalini proved in your much taller order that gets to be much better tailored to you, perhaps, and that's flying out. very soon. Yeah, I like that. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Yeah, I think some of you all probably have done exactly that. You've cleared with all of this, that energy to know, and that's somebody close too, so I'm hearing that one might be on the second floor for you, by the way. And let your friends help you. Yeah, you actually know somebody who knows that one. Here, ask for and accept help and support from others if that feels like the right thing to do. I feel like some of you guys have some really good opportunities happening right now, Gemini, and I was definitely hearing that it's time for a wish to come true. So make sure it's a good one and something that you really have been wanting and putting your energy into, because that's the best that you can do for yourself, Just follow that. So take a leap of faith if you need to, because some of you all are really set up to do that in a good way because you have been saving for something, and some of you all are that high priestess showing up right there, knowing that what you have been learning on the inside has really set you up for a firm foundation to really be bold in whatever your initiatives are, and it's going to be a really good time for that now. I feel like some of you highly benefited from the mercurial cycle and actually having a new fresh perspective on what's here and what's now. So let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your comments. Definitely appreciate your thumbs ups, and those of you who subscribe to my channel. And if you would like, personal reading with just your energy on it, please hit me up at artoflove.me right there, and I'd be happy to take a look with just your energy in mind. All right, well, you take care, Gemini. Look forward to seeing you again soon, and we'll catch you again. We're back for another one.
Promise that you'll catch me.